Hello everyone, I'm Kiana Marrie and welcome to the fourth module in my Kundalini Yoga Fundamentals course. In this module, we will focus on a concept known as bandhas. Bandhas, spelled B-A-N-D-H-A-S, are body locks. Now, what are body locks? Body locks are a series of muscle contractions that we perform, and these muscle contractions start at the base of the spine and work our way up the spinal column to the tops of our heads. Now, this has a few purposes. On the metaphysical, the subtle, the spiritual level, the process of bandhas is using these muscle contractions to stimulate prana and apana at the base of the spine, to heat it up and to encourage and guide Kundalini energy up through the spine, where it will leave the crown and express itself. Okay? So that is the metaphysical layer. The other metaphysical layer is that it helps balance our energies up our spine as we do this. It's a great practice to do. We often, well, not often, but there are very specific instances in various Kundalini yoga practices in which we will perform a root lock at the end of a phase of a Kriya to lock in or to integrate a certain energy in our body or a certain sensation. We also do this during the meditative aspects of Kundalini Yoga, where we will do it a little bit more rhythmically, perhaps, in some practices. Now, on the physical level, the stimulation of the muscles that guide up our spine, the stimulation of those areas guides and assists in the movement and circulation of cerebral spinal fluid. Okay, so that's one thing that it does. Another thing that it does is it helps strengthen the muscles in our bodies. It gives us more awareness and control of being in our bodies, and it can even assist in the function of your glands, your vagus nerve, the parasympathetic nervous system. So there's quite a few benefits that you can get from bandhas on the subtle energy level, the spiritual level, and the physical level. So what we're going to do now is wherever you are, whether you're sitting in a chair or whether you're sitting cross-legged or in rock pose, and I think I mentioned rock pose in the previous module, and I mentioned it in the first module about positioning. Rock pose is sitting on the your heels, resting on your heels while kneeling, like so. And sometimes you will do the bandhas in this position while holding a mudra or a body position. But whether you're sitting like that in a chair or cross-legged or even laying down, what I would like you to do is come to center mentally, sensationally, as we prepare to do these bandhas. Okay? So what I'm going to do is explain the bandhas to you, what they are, what muscles we are engaging, and what they can help with, and then we are going to perform the bandhas, and then we are going to gradually move up. Okay? So just as a disclaimer, once again, as we move deeper into the physical and sensational aspects, meaning the sensational in our nervous system, as we move into these aspects of this practice, I encourage you to keep communication with your doctor if you have one. I don't necessarily want you to use this as a full replacement for any medical assistance, whether it be mental or physical. And yes, I just want that to be known. Treat this as a supplement to any other assistance or help that you are getting. Okay? And this is if this is all you got right now, hey, I'm in America. I understand. I break the fourth wall here. If this is all you got right now, I completely understand. So I just ask you to observe whatever comes up and take your time and know your limits of your body. Okay, so the root lock. The root lock is also, it's traditionally known as the Mula Bandha. You might find a correlation with root in Mula from the Muladhara, which is the root chakra. The Mula Bandha is the root lock. Now, the root lock is performed by contracting three particular groups. The first is the perineum sphincter area that is referred to as the anus, and then we do the sex organs. Think of your Kegels, and then think of your navel center around your belly button, hip area, your waist area, your belly button, waist area. So we will engage. It's often in the instructions of a Kundalini practice, you may hear us say, okay, and now we are going to do root lock, squeeze anus, squeeze sex organs, squeeze navel center. That means root lock. So, you know, that's just how we refer to it in the practice. And what that does is that is what pulls and stimulates the prana in a bandha. We are heating it up. We are compressing, we're heating it up, and then we are guiding it. We are guiding it along with Kundalini Shakti up into this next bandha. This bandha around our solar plexus is called the Uddiyana Bandha. It is our diaphragm lock. Now, what we are doing for the Uddiyana Bandha is and I don't mind showing you just so you can see the level of contraction that we're dealing with, so you can see accurately how to perform this bandha. We are going to perform this bandha by contracting our diaphragm and pulling it upward into our chest cavity, like so. And releasing. Sometimes we will do that in a rhythm. And what that does is that stimulates our diaphragm. It stimulates our heart. It's a good way to massage the heart. And this actually is what I mean when it taps into the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is part of the parasympathetic nervous system. And by stimulating our heart and our chest area and our diaphragm with the Uddiyana Bandha, the diaphragm lock, we are massaging the heart, help regulating our resting heart rate, and help stimulating our immune system. Okay, so the types of glands that we can at least affect or stimulate in this area are the hypothalamus, the adrenal glands, and a little bit of our pituitary gland. It can reach up there. You might even feel pressure start to rise up your spine or in your neck and in your body as you do these, as you bring that energy up. So the third bandha is the neck lock. Now the neck lock is the throat and neck. We engage tightening our throat and our neck. So imagine lifting your Adam's apple and lightly squeezing your neck. You don't have to squeeze super hard. If you have any neck issues, please be mindful and careful. You don't have to push yourself. And when you squeeze your throat, just imagine bringing it in. It might feel like pulling your Adam's apple up a little bit. And what this does on a physical level is it stimulates your cervical bones and the muscles around your cervical bones. So if you're like me and you've had some issues with your neck before, you might find this particularly soothing if you do it lightly and in moderation. And you have a routine that you do it in Kundalini Yoga, which we will be doing in the future. So what this also does is it stimulates the thyroid and the parathyroid gland. And those are responsible for things like our endocrine system and it can stimulate our metabolism as well. Okay, so what we are doing are tapping into many different layers. We're tapping into the metaphysical and the physical and bringing them into one. So we're deepening this practice. So what we are going to do now is, wherever you are, we are going to engage in root lock for a couple of rounds with breath work and a little bit of meditation. And then we will move on to the the diaphragm lock, then the neck lock. And then we will do the final bandha, which is the Maha Bandha, which means great lock. We will do all three at once. Okay? So here we go. Situate yourself. If you're sitting, sit tall and straight. You can even switch around your legs if you need to give it a rest or switch up a little bit. But what we are going to do is do root lock. So imagine squeezing your perineum, squeeze your perineum, sex organs, your gonads, your kegels, and navel center. Squeeze a little bit. You don't have to squeeze super hard. Now let go. Just relax them. See how that feels. And now we are going to engage one more time. Squeeze root lock, anus, sex organs, and navel center. And release. We're going to do it one more time. This time, do it a little bit harder if you can. Squeeze anus, sex organs, navel center. Take a deep breath while you're holding it. And exhale and release. So that is root lock. And we're going to just sit here for a moment. You can loosen yourself up if that felt a little tense for you. And now we are going to do diaphragm lock. Now, diaphragm lock is, again, where we will pull and contract our muscles up lightly into our solar plexus, sort of touching our chest cavity. Okay? So wherever you're sitting, get a decent breath. Now, wherever you are, hold that and pull your diaphragm upward, in and upward. And relax. It's almost like you're gasping with your whole body, if that helps you with a physical idea of what we're doing. We're going to do it again. Diaphragm lock. Inhale a little bit. Hold your breath and contract those muscles. Pull in and upward. And relax. It's okay if you can't pull it super in and upward. What we are doing is practicing. Okay? And we'll do it one more time. So take a deep inhale. Hold it. Contract in and up. And exhale. And relax. And that is diaphragm lock. So we will sometimes do this in rhythm with a body motion in a kriya. You may find it to be a little challenging sometimes, but it is very powerful. That's just the anecdotal thing about that. So for the third one, we will be doing neck lock. So for neck lock, adjust yourself and contract your neck muscles. You can breathe at your own pace for this one, but contract your neck muscles. Like tighten your neck a little and tighten your throat. You may find it a little challenging to breathe through your nostrils while you're tightening. It's okay. That'll improve with time, and relax. Again, tighten your neck and throat. Exhale and release. And again, inhale and tighten your throat. Exhale and release. Okay, if you need to, you may adjust how you're seating real quick before we do the final lock. Now for this lock, we are doing the Maha Bandha. We are doing all of them. So what I am going to do is guide you through this very specifically so we can hit these in a sequence, okay? Sometimes it can be challenging if you're new to this. So what we are going to do, get a decent breath in, inhale, exhale, inhale, hold your breath, do root lock, squeeze root, anus, sex organs, navel center, pull the diaphragm up, squeeze the neck and the throat, exhale and release all of it. Now, as you fully exhale, Do it again. Hold your breath, squeeze root lock, anus, sex organs, navel center, diaphragm, pull it up, neck and throat tighten, and release. We're going to do it one more time, okay? So we're going to inhale, deep inhale. Hold the breath, tighten anus, sex organs, navel center, diaphragm, neck, and throat. Exhale and release. And we are going to hold our exhale out, hold the breath, tighten anus, sex organs, navel center, diaphragm, throat, neck. And exhale. Inhale and release. My apologies, I got a little mixed up. We'll do that one more time. That's on me. Take a deep inhale. Hold your breath, squeeze anus, sex organs, navel center, pull that diaphragm in and up, squeeze your neck and your throat. And exhale all the way, release those muscles. Now hold the breath out, squeeze anus, sex organs, navel center, diaphragm in and upward, neck, throat. And release and inhale, and bring your breath back to normal. And let's just sit with that. You can shake your spine a little bit. You can move around subtly. Just give yourself gentle, smooth movements. And you're ready, we can sit here for a moment. And those are how you perform the bandhas. So we did the Mula Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha, and the Jalandhara Bandha. So the root lock is the Mula Bandha, the diaphragm is the Uddiyana, and the neck lock is the Jalandhara. And all three of these together make the great lock known as Maha Bandha. Thank you for being with me in this lesson, and stay tuned for the next one, where we will do spinal movements. Thank you.